With the NFL draft and all the crazy offseason moves behind us, it means one thing: football season is around the corner. What's up, guys? It's Frank from Trove, and welcome to episode 4 of Hobby Hunters, where we use storytelling to help you find sports card treasure on PWCC. And for today's episode, we are going to showcase to you guys our 3 favorite football cards ending on this Sunday night's PWCC weekly auction. If we look at the top performing sports cards over the last few years, regardless of sport or era, there's one common factor behind all of them, which is scarcity. If a particular card is widely available, there's no chase involved. The cards that have stood the test of time and that are treated like treasure in this space are critically important pieces where many collectors want to get their hands on these cards, but very few copies exist. So looking at the top 3 football cards of this week, they're all scarce, but for different reasons. First, let's take a look at my favorite 80s football card of all time, the 1986 Topps Jerry Rice rookie card, and PWCC has an awesome PSA 8.5 copy ending on this Sunday's weekly auction. In the 1980s, baseball cards ran the hobby, and even though 86 Fleer basketball is now viewed as the most iconic basketball card set of all time, it wasn't like that back then. Back in 1986, dealers were buying these boxes for $9 a piece, and they weren't even able to move all of them. And just as the legendary 86 Michael Jordan Fleer rookie card was overlooked in the 1980s, much of the same could be said for the iconic 86 Topps Jerry Rice rookie card. 1986 Topps football has an iconic design, as the green border and white stripes give off the appearance of a football field, and it's because of these green borders that it makes it very tough for this card to grade in a high condition because damage is so noticeable. And Jerry Rice wasn't the only legend to have a rookie card in this set. Hall of Famers like Steve Young, Bruce Smith, and Reggie White had the rookie cards in this set as well. Looking at the Jerry Rice rookie card, there's only 59 PSA 10s, and if you take into account all the PSA copies graded higher than this 8.5 on PWCC, there's less than 1,150 total. This card was also designated as a PWCC S, meaning it's in the top 5% for eye appeal. And as we talked about Jim Brown a couple episodes ago as being a Mount Rushmore NFL player, Jerry Rice is too. He was a 13-time Pro Bowler, 10-time All-Pro, 3-time Super Bowl champion, and a Super Bowl MVP. For all sports, collectors love to spark debates regarding who's the greatest of all time. Well, in terms of the GOAT wide receiver, there is no discussion. Jerry Rice is the all-time leader in receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, and completions. This is the true rookie card of the greatest wide receiver in NFL history, and with PSA 9 copies of this card selling for under $2,400 right now, I would be keeping my eyes on this PSA 8.5 this weekend. And next, let's head over to the 1990s, where the sports card market completely changed. If we think about the Jerry Rice rookie card, it's super rare in mint condition, but in terms of overall copies, there's over 25,000 of these cards that have been graded by PSA, and tens of thousands of them were distributed in packs in the 80s. In the 80s and early 90s, the junk wax era was a thing because everybody had the same base cards, but in the late 90s, we started to see rare serial numbered cards, which was revolutionary, and it's so impactful in the modern card market today. Most famously, we have Precious Metal Gems cards from 1997 Metal Universe Basketball and the Kobe Bryant, the green number to 10. It last sold through PWCC for $2 million. But what some of you guys may not know is that 1997 Metal Universe Football had PMGs too. And just as his PMG was a second-year card for Kobe, the same thing could be said for Ray Lewis. This card right here is Ray Lewis's red PMG in a PSA 7. This card is serial numbered to 150, the first 15 being the greens, and the next 135 copies being red. This card right here, the PSA 7, it's a pop 6, and there's only 1 copy graded higher by PSA. And with how defensive legends are so overlooked in the hobby, this is an awesome card to be watching right now. Ray Lewis was a 13-time Pro Bowler, 2-time Defensive Player of the Year. If you believe in the football card market long term, this is a card that has to be on your radar. Ray Lewis is one of the greatest defensive players in NFL history, and this PMG set is going to continue to become more important. This card last sold for $2,500 back in December, and I know I'm going to be having my eyes on it this weekend. And lastly, after talking about some legends, let's talk about my favorite modern football card play this weekend. This is the Kyler Murray, Lamar Jackson 1-of-1 dual shield from 2020 National Treasures football. Logo Man basketball cards continue to get more popular. Drake right now is ripping through tons of 2021 flawless basketball boxes looking for the triple LeBron Logo Man, but football also has a 1-of-1 logo patch. If we look at Kyler and Lamar's mid-end card market compared to last season, stuff's down pretty significantly right now. Lamar and Kyler got hurt last season, but don't be overlooking them heading into this year, as they're both electric quarterbacks leading top teams in the NFL. With all the hype around Burrow, Herbert, and Josh Allen right now, it's super easy to overlook that Lamar Jackson was the MVP just 2 years ago, and that looking at even this past season, the Ravens were a top team in the AFC before he got injured. And even though the Cardinals lost in the postseason in the first round this year, it feels like everybody's forgotten that last year they started off 7-0. Lamar and Kyler are both must-see TV. They're the two best running quarterbacks in football, so the fact that they share a one-of-one shield patch card is super awesome. So that wraps it up for today's episode. Make sure you check out the PWCC website or download the app to be checking out all these awesome auctions, and make sure you subscribe down below to never miss out on these episodes.